On Friday night, we witnessed the shortest retirement in history after the Nigeria versus Russia game in Moscow. Victor Boniface decided to hang his boots and retire, and after an hour later, he called it a prank. He dropped a laughing emoji from Sabinus, and I felt that was very disrespectful. That was a very bad prank to pull on Nigerians after an abysmal performance against Russia. I know most people felt after the game we were too hard on Boniface, criticized Boniface a lot, and a lot of persons felt we went too far. Even myself, I made lots of posts on Victor Boniface and I called him out for the terrible performance he has had with the Super Eagles. Over 10 games without scoring for the Super Eagles. I might have gone too far, but am I here to apologize? Totally not. I'm not here to apologize. Victor Boniface, what is happening? You failed to score for the Super Eagles. Time and time again, you've been called up into the Super Eagles and you've been giving us terrible performance. You are one of the reasons why the Super Eagles are struggling in the World Cup qualifiers. Yes, anyone watching will tell me if I'm wrong, because when Victor Osimhen was injured, I believe in one of the games, 2 games, when Victor Osimhen was out and Boniface started, we failed to find a net until Victor Osimhen got back in shape and he started against Rwanda, and we found a way to get our World Cup qualifiers back on. Scored twice against Rwanda, and we're kind of back into the World Cup qualifiers fold, and our chances are still bleak qualifying for the World Cup. And Victor Boniface, one of the strikers we have hoped on and we felt is going to help us in the World Cup qualifiers, but unfortunately he's having a very terrible run. He has a terrible run for the Super Eagles, goes back to Bayer Leverkusen and scores, finds a way to get back on the score sheet. But for the Super Eagles, he's been terrible, abysmal. His positioning on the pitch, his body language, every single thing has been all wrong for Victor Boniface. What is happening? You can't run. You must improve. The reason why we're criticizing Boniface is not that we want him totally out of these Super Eagles. We don't want him locked out of the Super Eagles. We only want him to improve. Players like Desas, who haven't had lots of games, as much games as Boniface, but whenever they're called, you see their energy, you see their fight, you see their drive. They try to score. Please score, get assist. But what is wrong with Boniface? Maybe everything be cruise. You no go dey catch cruise with people feelings. We want you to improve, but after the game, instead of taking responsibility and apologizing for the terrible performance, you're calling it quits, retiring, trying to hang a boot, and 1 hour later you're calling it a prank. Forget all these crews. Be serious for one day. We just want Boniface to be serious. Forget social media bans or whatever. We want him to improve. That's why we'll keep on calling him out. Boniface, get serious, or you be down on the pecking order of the list of strikers Super Eagles have got. It's time for Desas to get. See, like I said in one of the posts I made, our top strikers right now should be strikers right now. We should consider before looking at Boniface at the moment is Victor Osimhen, of course, our number 1 striker, Desas and Tolu Arokodare. See, in a few games Tolu has played for the Super Eagles, he has played very well. The game against Zimbabwe, when he came in, he held the ball. It was one of the reasons Osimhen scored that goal, and we were ahead. We scored a goal, and Victor Osimhen gave us a lead. He held the ball. His hold-up play was good before playing the ball over to the wing, and the cross came in for Victor Osimhen to score. And we saw against Russia again, when he came on, we saw that drive, we saw that energy. See, I bet Victor Boniface would have missed that goal from the mistake Russia had, and Toulouse buried the goal. Boniface for miss. He needs to improve, because He's been terrible for the Super Eagles, and now he's going to go down the pecking order in our striker selection. He should go down the pecking order. Think, forget all these bans, take things serious, all these social media crews, like it's nonsense. Focus, man. You're barely 23. You're barely 23. Desas, he's at the peak of his career. His career is winding down. Is he 27, 29, 30? I can't tell. Okay, I have to check that. But Desas has had a very long career, and he's like at the finishing stages of his career. But we're still placing him ahead of you. Then that should send you a message that you need to improve, you need to do better. The next 2-3 years, we no go see Desas, you go still dey there. We need you to be better. Forget all this retirement talk. Play ball, get serious, and score goals for the Super Eagles. We need you, Boniface. Maybe all this one. If you're criticizing, we want you to be better. Away from Boniface, the game against Russia, I think we played well. We deserved a point. I think we put Russia. I think we're one of Russia's toughest opponents of late. They've had 8 games without drawing, and we held them to a draw in Moscow. And I think that was a really good one. The team generally played well. I think we were shaky in a defense. Russia could have had maybe scored 2 more or scored 1 more, but up the attack, we couldn't do much. Couldn't break them down. I think they had most of the first half covered in that game, and the second half we had more of the ball, but we couldn't break their defense. Now midfield, I think we saw a really defensive midfield. Onyedika and Rafael Onyedika and Frank Onyeka. I think I expected more from them. Uche, I expected more from Uche, but it was a good game generally. We didn't lose, and that was the most important thing. I think Eric Chel can build from this. Or Eric Chel is so far unbeaten for the Super Eagles, and that is good. And I think he has brought that mentality into the team that we can't lose, no matter how bad we are or how bad we're playing, we can't lose. The good thing now is that we know the players we can work with. We know our strikers, Victor Osimhen, Cyril Desas, and Tolu Arokodare. This should be our strikers going forward, nothing more, nothing less. If we bring any other striker, it should just be on the bench, stay on the bench, and allow our strikers who we've seen that they can deliver. Desas, Tolu, and Victor Osimhen. This should be our strikers. So guys, I'd like you to drop your thoughts in the comment section. Players like Victor Boniface, I beg, now bench get down for now till he improves. He has a long career ahead of him. He's just barely 23 years old, so he will be with the Super Eagles for a very, very long time. So the positives from this international break for now and for Eric Chel is that we know he now knows the players he can work with going forward, the players that he can trust to deliver the World Cup qualifiers for us in the next international break in September. So guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Which players impressed you against Russia? What do you think about Victor Boniface, his retirement, his 10 minutes retirement? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and of course subscribe. Support us and help us reach 10,000 subscribers. So guys, see you in the next one. I remain Yimsy. Don't forget to turn on the notifications so you get notified anytime we drop a new video. See you in the next one, guys. Cheers.